Hello everybody, here is Quiots. I made a video about Civilization 6 because I think that Civilization 6 is unplayable for many reasons. It is too slow. When you get big maps, they are mostly empty, and I wanted to show you guys something. Now there is this talk about the next civilization, or Civilization 7, and a lot of people still play Civs 3 or Civs 2. I have also Civs 2 installed. It's abandonware, as you know. You can download it and install it, and it runs pretty okay on Windows 10. But I slightly prefer Civs 3 because of the graphics is a lot more polished than Civ 2. And as far as gameplay, you see, I'm on 1350 AD, and I just research steam power that will give me railroads. How it feels playing Civs 3 today? But you see, this is huge map, and what we got here is our histograph, and you see I'm pretty powerful because I built a lot of cities. My top 3 cities are also the top 3 cities in the whole world. I just finished a war with the Portuguese, which are down here. I have the Scandinavian, the Vikings on my western border, and the Persian on my western border, to which they destroyed a city on the borders, but I could fence off because of knights. I also completely destroyed the Indians. I relegated far away, and the Ottomans, I conquered their capital, and I just left them alive with a couple of cities. And to the north I have the Zulu, which occupy this buffer zone, which separates me from the Russians, the US, and the Aztecs. With the Russians with the statue Temple of Zeus, which are a powerful opponent. By the way, you see my turns here. You see how many cities I have? I have I don't know how many cities I have, but there are a lot. I fill all the names for the cities, and I started building cities with New Heliopolis, New Memphis, New Alexandria, New Thebes, New Amarna. I lots of cities. I don't know how much have they. Like 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70. I'm about 80 cities or something like that. And I'm amassing my cavalry near the borders, because I'm planning to invade either Zulu, Spain, or maybe Persia and the Vikings. But anyway, you see the turns here are fast. When a city has to build something, how much does it takes? 2-3 seconds. You have a unit built, how much does it takes to it's selected? You point a city where you want to send the unit, and that's it, and the unit will go there. And if you want to make things faster, you can say you can set a continental rally point. So I want to set the continental rally point in New Thebes, and now every unit will go automatically to New Thebes. I don't even have to select them. See, there is much more sea space, as you can see. Sea is huge. This is a Pangaea map. You can see it's a real Pangaea map. Everything is cluttered together. How much does it take to end a turn? Couple of seconds. Now my units are moving automatically to New Thebes. Finished. The turn is finished. New turn. I can set wealth as a project, so I won't be bothered by going back and back again to a city to tell him what I want to build. It's just wealth, and that's it, and they will be converting the production to gold. That's it. Turn finished. Another turn. Couple of city production selection. See, really fast. It's really, really fast. I have like 80 cities. I'm the biggest by far power on the map. Can move stack units in my cities, and now I have like 10 cavalries and 2 musketmen in Thebes, and I have about 15 cavalry in Ashmumain. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. There is 16 civilizations in this map, included me, that I play as Egypt. I can choose with the caps lock if I want every unit to have quick movement. The city selection screen is fast. City management screen has been automated to city governor. It can have can set tell city what to produce by city on a city basis, or all cities, or all cities on the same continent. And say default settings for new cities. Also manage citizen moods in all cities, and also say default setting for new cities. So what does it mean? This means that for example in Thebes I have content laborer, and I have luxuries that generate happiness. If there were problems with unhappiness, it would turn automatically a laborer to entertainment laborer, and that's it. And it's really that easy. So you don't have to waste your time and you see there is roads everywhere. I have mine roads everywhere. The center of my map, of my empire, is around here, where I have Thebes, my capital, Alexandria, Osiris, Giza, Heliopolis, Memphis, and down here Elephantine, Lisht. This is my center, and everything has been worked. You see, I have very good food production in Alexandria, very good in Giza, food production in Giza. Thebes is already 18. We got the pyramids, we got Hanging Garden, Great Library, Sensu, Shakespeare Theatre, Colosseum. We want to look at another city, we go to another city, just with the arrow. Up here, we are in Elephantine. We got the Colossus, Great Lighthouse, Copernicus, and everything is in the city. Every building it's in the city. We just have mines outside. We don't have districts, and everything works so fine. Everything works really good. Now I can build all hospitals. I can speed production because I am a democracy, and I have really good money. Let's say clear rally point, set rally point. And you see, it's completely another kind of experience from CIV VI. I mean, here we have 80 cities. And it takes 5 seconds to go from one turn to another. You want high reproduction, yeah, high reproduction, that's it. You don't have to enter the city screen, you just right click and that's it, boom, it's done. Right click, change production, hospital, boom. Right click, change production, right click, check production, right click, change production, right click, change production, boom, 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 boom. That's it. It's super fast. Turn ended, new turn. How much time did it take? Less than 1 second. I mean, we're talking milliseconds here, from one turn to the other. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. New turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Oh, Gandhi wants to offer us navigation. Accept. So, Russian, what do you want? World map exchange. Let's exchange world map. Goodbye, Catherine. So all this, and less than 1 minute, we had 2 talks with India and Russia, and we are in a new turn. So now we see China and the Vikings are on an island, and they have 2 resources that we want. They have silk. Chinese has silk, which is culturally linked. These are relevant stuff, pretty relevant stuff. So this is around the center of the map. It's occupied by Madrid. Madrid is around the center of the map. Then there is Maya up north, and farther north there are the Indians and the Babylonians and the Inca. The Persians don't have a really big territory here. I thought they had a much bigger territory because I didn't know what was over here and this, and so we are overstretched on we cover all this space from El Ashmumain to Sao Paulo. We could put up a series of fortification all around this line and close the gap for future invasions. If you build a fortification line around this line, there's no way anyone could enter our space in the future without having to breach the fortification line. So this is tactic. It's like AlphaGo. It's like backgammon. We close this space here, and no one will be able to. We put a line here of units, defensive units, and we build our Maginot line, and that's it. We'll have our defense going on. And this is 80 cities, and you see how much time does it take to from one turn to the other. It's just immediate. It's so fast. You tell a unit to fortify, you just press F, the unit fortifies, and you are not bothered anymore with the unit. It's done. Boom. Our workers are building the railroads. You see already around Thebes how many railroads have been built. They boosted up all production. This is how it should go. Units can move on the railroads without penalty, and that's it. I see it could be a nice for CIV VII. Could be nice to improve on the roads. Like say there are country roads where units take can make instead of without roads one unit make one movement. With roads they make 3 movements. If there are knights, for example, horsemen, You make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 movements with normal roads. There could be some roads in between. Maybe Roman roads could be built with stones and could have a higher movement capacity. This is tactics. German invented other kind of roads and that allowed faster movement for the troops, and for instead of railroads that could be these German roads in between that could also make movement faster and could scale things up. You need iron and coal to build railroads. Maybe for the Roman roads you would need stone, and for the German roads you would need oil. But you see, this is so much faster. I'm not talking about war here, because also there is no this warmongering things, but I will show you something. If you don't know, you just can take all your units, push commander. This will cause war with the Roman people. Are you sure? Yes, you're already inside. In C5 or 6 you need to declare war. Maybe you can't declare war. There is no such thing in CIV III. You want to declare war? Fine, go declare war. That's it. Take your units, you go to war. And this is a well-known tactic. How did the British won the battle against the German Zeppelins? They couldn't pierce with their bullets. They couldn't pierce the armor. They had to concentrate all of their ammunition to a single point. That's how they won. The same things apply to the Greeks' Battle of Thermopylae. This was this narrow passage where the Greeks, the Spartans and the Athenians wanted to defend themselves, and that was a limit for the Persian army. The Persian army couldn't fit all of their unit on the field at the same time. That was a terrain restriction. And here you could deploy infinite number of units on the same tile. There is no limits on the number of units you could deploy on the same tiles. Of course, this could raise problems at higher difficulties, because the AI here is not stupid, is really strong, and you would find very big armies. So let's declare war to a stronger opponent. Let's declare war to the Zulu. So I show you how the AI behaves. Cities don't have an inherent strength. The strength is given from the units that are within the city. That's the same principle of CIV II and also CIV IV have the same principle. City don't have strength. The only thing the city have is a bonus on the defense. And how many people you can sacrifice for making defense units. And that's how it works. I still have a war chariot, an elite war chariot. I hadn't built an army in this game yet. So I take all my units. And I'm sending to fight the Zulus. Do we want some help from someone to fight the Zulu? What about the Russians? Do we have Russia? Build an embassy. Right. And now let's ask Russia to join us. There is no warmongering, no such stuff. Military alliance versus the Zulu. What would you need? Salpeter. All right, let's go. Now Catherine is at war. Is a mutual alliance against the Zulu. Do we want someone else? Because this is funny. This is fun. Let's say we want the Maya to join us also, because this will cause the AI to hate each other. What would you need for Alliance versus the Zulu? Iron. That's it. Maya declare war on the Zulu. Easy. Do we want also the US? Why not? Let's ask the US if they want to join us in our effort against the Zulu. Where are the US? Here are the US. Build embassy. President, we have successfully built an embassy in the city of Washington. America, would you like to propose a deal? Military alliance versus the Zulu, what would you need? It's okay. America declare war to the Zulu. Agreed. So you see, in one turn, I declare war to the Zulu. I had free civilization to declare war to the Zulu. Ottomans and Russia have signed a military alliance against the Zulu. Now, it's like a world war. Because now, there will be alliance. I triggered something. This is my palace. So now, imagine this in CIV V. The maps are smaller, considerably smaller, but your perception of the map is the opposite, because movement is low. You can't move fast in CIV VI maps. It will take you 2 turns to move up a hill. Even with roads, that doesn't make almost any change. If you have to cross a river, even if there's a bridge, you build a road with a bridge, makes absolutely no difference. It will take you 2 turns to cross a bridge. Do you want an audience? No. Don't waste my time. Why do I have to say I'm not interested, and why should the computer use resources to load the leader screen? If I'm not interested, it's just a waste of time. It's just a waste of time that will stop us from having a good experience. It's a waste of time. In the same time, I built this empire. It took me around maybe 3 hours to this point. In CIV VI, in 3 hours, I just started a game that crashed because of some AMD drivers and timeout violation, and who else knows what the hell is going on there. And it keeps crashing and crashing. And in 3 hours time, maybe you have found 4 cities, and your world, you are against 16 opponents, and every other civs have like maybe 3-4 cities, and they are all sparse in around. And there is this mod that say no AI city spam, but no AI city spam. It's why it's a city spam a problem? It's supposed to be like that. The map is supposed to be completely filled with cities. That's how it's have to go. But you can't build all these cities, because if you build all the city, you will be bankrupt in a matter of seconds, and you have no control over your gold. You see here, if we want to change focus on or spending or taxes, it's global. It's domestic advisor. How much do you want to spend on science? 10%, 90%. And on happiness, and that's it. Mobilization level to normalcy over time. I'm set to normalcy because my empire is so powerful that I really do not need my cities to set their production to wartime. And that's it. The Russian have already conquered 3 cities and destroyed another one. Russians are strong. I'm happy to see the Russian conquer some city, because if they get stronger, they will make a tougher opponents later and play for a better game. China, we're not interested. Fine. And that's it. You see how fast it is. there's no delay of any kind. Great, installed. Done. Let's build some factories. That's it. Let's finish up the Zulus. Change production. Move some riflemen from tips around. We have a lot more units to deploy. Spain have joined Russia in the war against the Zulu. It's done. Turn is finished. Aisandlawana Sfold. So you see, when people talks about what do you want in CIV VII, and start thinking about improving from CIV VI, and a lot of people say I prefer CIV V, I prefer CIV III. There's reason why people prefer CIV V or CIV III. And the most important reason, as I hope to have showed you here, is how fast does it plays out. The war has ended. The Zulu has been conquered. We have the map of all the world. We are in 1475 AD. And we occupy almost a third of the world power. We are going for half of the world power. We are by far the strongest civilization. And this is how it should play. Civilization 7 should play this fast. This is why it's so enjoyable to play CIV III today. Do we need to build a settler? One turn. We can build a settler in oh, take someone else. Take we can swap, like, let's start a Varys that is from wealth. One turn. We can build a settler in one turn. This is the most important thing for me that should go along with CIV VII. To be enjoyable, it needs to play fast. You can't lose 3 minutes just because all your units refuses to fortify or stuff like that, or you have warmongering status on load screen, forced load screen with other civilizations, and you cannot automate your builders. I mean, it's cool that now in CIV VI builders have charges, but it's a loss of time. It's a enormous loss of time. It takes away time from your gameplay. You shouldn't be focusing on building roads and improvements like that. What is important is that you can always take a worker and say, hey, stop what you're doing. Stop what you're doing there, because now you need to build a great wall, a defense wall, something tactics. So build fortress, for example. We want to build a fortress, a great wall. This line from São Paulo and New Aziut up to Lobane or El Ashmunain, so we will prevent future invasions from the north, because they're gonna have cavalry in few turns. They're gonna have cavalry, and they will be able to break our defense. Russia will have Cossacks in a few turns, and they will try to invade. The same things applies to the east, to the Inca, to India, and to the Mayans, and to the Persians. They will try to invade. So it's okay to have a great wall built on this line. This is a tactical wall that we want to build. But this is something that we want to take out of the equation of automated builders, because it's a tactical gameplay that we wanna put in place, and that's it. We want to be able to concentrate on our defense and attack modes, and that's it. Cities will build their stuff, workers will build automations around the cities and build our railroad, so we can move faster. If we want to connect just one city to a railroad network. We will just take a couple of workers and tell them to build a railroad from rail 2, from where they are in this moment, to where do you want the railroad to be built. I want, for example, my farther city to be connected with railroad, so we can manage the supply lines. This is what I've done here. This is my Isandlwana. I just conquered the city. We want to defend this city as and fortify this as quick as possible, because it has an important resource. It is rubber, and we don't want rubber to fall in the hand of the Russians, but the Russians has it here in Tomba. If the Russians get access to rubber, they will be able to build infantry, and they will be strong. So if we can prevent them from having rubber, we will make sure they won't be ultra strong in the future. Other civilizations like Spain, they are far behind in the tech, and they won't be able to access infantry for the time being. But Russia probably will, because Russia is very science focused. So is America, the US. So you see, I hope to make clear a couple of points here. That's why it's Civ C is much a more enjoyable game than Civ 5 or 6. From one turn to the other, it's a couple of seconds and that's it. And the game play out fast, and you have much more tactical control on what you're doing. And this is these points, these strong points, are completely absent in Civ 6. So when someone says, hey, what are the strong points in Civ 6? What should we keep? Well, it's really not about the strong points in Civ 6. It's quite the opposite. It's the weak points in Civ 6. There are too many weak points. And instability with current drivers, it's a really big weak point. Constant crashes is a really big point to today. I cannot finish Civ 6 play without constantly crashing, but by the way, by the time I'm making a super big and strong empire in Civ 3. In Civ 6 I have just like 2 free cities, super strong, but it's annoying. It's annoying. You cannot make an empire. You have a few cities, super strong, and unconnected. The space is empty, and it takes ages to finish a turn. Ages. So this is my points on what should CIV VII look like? CIV VII should be fast. It doesn't matter what things will keep from CIV V or CIV VI or what else. The important things for me is that it needs to play fast. Don't take away attention from the tactical stuff with stupid things like, hey, where I wanna put this district here or there, or I cannot make war with this guy. Hey, Russia, get yourself off my territory. That's it. These are the important things. The other things are aesthetic things, but if aesthetic things takes away the joy to play a game fast, then why play a game in the first place? If it takes you ages to finish a turn and micro management stuff that you need to consider. I want to build a great wall automatically on this line. That's what I would like to see in CIV VII. I would like to be able to tell a worker that I want to build a Maginot line from here to here, so I can divide my territory and prevent future invasions. You understand? That's what I want. I don't want silly stuff that don't allows me to play fast and tactics. I want to be able to play tactics. I don't want to be forced to play micromanagement. Otherwise, is not a war game, a board game. It's a simulation game of some sort that has nothing to do with board game and tactics, like as if we were playing chess or AlphaGo or stuff like that. That's the important thing. A 4X game is about 4X. If we were playing 6X, and this is 4X, CIV VI is no more 4X. CIV VI is it's 6X. So I hope you enjoyed this this podcast, and maybe you can work around it. So here is quit. Choose another things. The caravel, you know, in CIV III units cannot go on water, cannot embark. You want to conquer an island? You need transportation. You cannot go on water. Okay, that's it. Choose.